So hi students, we are back again. First of all, let me give a recap of the first stanza which I taught you. You will take down the synopsis of the first stanza so that it will be easier for you to write the questions, answers to the questions as I give you the questions, and then proceed to the second stanza. Okay, so take down in bullets the synopsis of the first stanza. First of all, it takes much time to kill a tree. You will go on underlining in dark. Takes much time to kill a tree. It takes much time to kill a tree. Second, not a simple jab of the knife will do it. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. Third, it has grown slowly by consuming nutrients from the earth. It has grown slowly by consuming nutrients from the earth. Fourth, it has gained strength in the years. It has gained strength in the years. Then it has sustained itself. It has sustained itself even under harsh strokes. It has sustained itself even under harsh strokes. Okay? Now you will take down the questions. You will take down the questions. I will not give you short question or MCQs. That is not possible to do in a video lecture. I will only give you the broad questions. Question number 1. Follow the context. It takes much time to kill a tree, not a simple jab of the knife will do it. Question. What does the phrase a simple jab of the knife mean? What does the phrase a simple jab of the knife mean? What does the phrase a simple jab of the knife mean? Remember, these are the questions to be set in the HS main exam. So be very careful as you write. I am going very slow so that you can follow well. Next part of the question. Why can't a simple jab of the knife kill a tree? Why can't a simple jab of the knife kill a tree? Why can't a simple jab of the knife kill a tree? So as you go on writing, you will keep in single quotes a simple jab of the knife because it's a pic from the poem. You know that. I shall also give you the total marks, bifurcated marks of the question so that it is easier for you to prepare. As I have already told you, broader questions in HS12 comprise of 6 marks each. In this question, the bifurcated section is 2 plus 4. Please write down 2 plus 4. Fine. Then you take the second question. And out of its leprous height, now it is Usually HS questions are coming out with as context questions. So you have to memorize the poem by heart, as I told you yesterday also. I am repeating the same. And out of its leprous height sprouting leaves. And out of its leprous height sprouting leaves. Have you followed? Question. What does the expression leprous height refer to? What does the expression leprous height refer to? Leprous height to be kept in single quotes. Then the second part of the question. What does the leprous height bear? B-E-A-R, bear. What does the leprous height bear? B-E-A-R, bear. Then the third part of the question. The question has 4 parts. A question may have 2 parts. It may be set on a single basis as 6 marks, as 2 parts, as I have given in the earlier question, 2 plus 4. In this particular question, there are 4 parts. Likewise, the marks will be set. What is the significance of the expression? And bring out the irony suggested here. Now, in this particular question, you have the figure of speech employed here, irony, of which you must have had an idea in your class 11 when I went to teach you prose and poetry pieces. I remember I had told you about the rhetoric part. I'm going to repeat the same. First of all, let me come to the first part of the question. What does the expression leprous height refer to? As I had already told you, due to hacking and chopping on the trunk of the tree, it develops patches. Those patches are, how do they appear to us? As brown, dry, rough. So you write brown, dry, rough. Please be a bit fast, because this is a virtual class. As time will run out, the video may tend to stop. Okay? It has been set under time. So please be a bit fast. Not very fast, but bit fast. Brown, dry, rough. Patchy. First of all, you write patchy. P-A-T-C-H-Y. Patchy. That is develops patches. Then you write brown, dry, rough. Fine. Next bullet, as I have told you, make paragraphs for every section of the question, main question. Next is, what does its leprous height bear? Sprouting leaves. See, answers are very short. Sprouting leaves. Sprouting leaves. Fine. Then the third part, what does its leprous height bear? What does the leprous height bear? Right. As I have already told you, the tree is being personified. So the figure of speech employed here, the rhetoric employed here is personification. Personification means what? When human qualities, human attributes are it's given to a object that is non-human, we call it personifying. So the poet is personifying. He has personified the tree by describing the bark as leprous. Leprous. Fine. Here you will add another point. As the poet is a doctor, this is a very vital point, I tell you. As the poet is a doctor, so he has used a medical term. Had he been a person from the non-medicine world, he might not have used. Why am I saying might not? He might have used as well. But there was tendency of not using leprous as such. Any other assertions could have been used other than leprous. So, as he is a doctor, he has used a medical term, leprous. That has come from leprosy, and a person affected with it is a leper. Fine. The last part of the question, what is the significance of the expression? Here also another figure of speech is employed. It's an irony. What is irony? I will tell you. First of all, you write. Employment of the figure of speech is expression is ironical. Ironical. How is it ironical? In the first part of your question, you have written what? That due to leprosy, leprosy, that is as a result of the leprous affected as a result that leprosy has been it has been affected with a disease, or we have created patchy, brown, dry, rough surface on the trunk of the tree. With harsh strokes, the tree has become what? Leper-like. It has become leper-like. Okay? As if it has been affected with leprosy. It is leprous. Its height has become leprous. So, how is it made ironical? Now you will write. You will continue writing. As a person affected with leprosy becomes ugly and it hampers his natural growth, similarly, the same thing happens to a tree as is expected. But in this case, according to the poet, the same thing does not happen. On the contrary, the tree continues in its growth by way of sprouting leaves and eventually twigs follow up as branches, and the tree grows as a complete unit in the years. So what is irony? Now you have understood, I think. It is what is to be happened in the usual course, or what is to take place in the usual course, does not happen with the tree, and there is the irony. It deviates from happening of the normal. It has so sustained itself that it eventually combats all the probable hindrances against its growth. And how is it happening? It is because of its capacity to sustain, its sustaining capacity. Fine? So this question is done. Now I am not going to give you any straight questions, because you can get your straight questions from the test papers also. Everybody will have, I think, will be able to arrange for test papers that will be available from their seniors. Obviously, they will keep the social distancing and do that. It's not that as I tell you, and you will run for it and start to develop ill health. Not that, you can do in good time. So I'm not going to give you any straight questions. I'm going to only going to give you contextual questions. So these are the two questions, context questions, that usually are set from the first stanza of the poem. Fine. Now, please go back to the synopsis of the poem. In the last line, the poem is written in free verse. You must be wondering, what is free verse? Free verse is a term applied when a poem does not have its regular rhyming. Usually a poem is written in rhyme. It has a rhyming pattern. But here you see, as we go to read the poem seems to us more of a prose than a poetry. It's the prosaic tone of the that is employed in the poem. Say I'm going to read the first stanza and you can understand it better. It takes much time to kill a tree, not a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air and water, and out of its leprous height, sprouting leaves. As if the poet is telling you a story. He is relating the case of a tree. Its sustaining nature of a tree, told in a prosaic order. So it is not following any regular rhyming pattern. So it is a free verse. Now, one question I will definitely give you. You can write, how does a tree grow? This is a very important question. And here you will have to write, as I had told you already, that how we grow. We take food. So likewise the tree employs photosynthesis for its growth. It takes the nutrients from the earth, from the sunlight, from air. From the earth it takes the water and prepares its food, and after employing photosynthesis it grows strength, and it from a miniature sapling it goes to a huge tree, branchy tree, etc., etc. Fine. So this was the pre-reading of the first stanza with questions, with everything. Short questions and MCQs cannot be provided in a video lecture. You will have to make your own short questions, and you will get a lot of short questions in the test papers from where you can prepare. I think I have taught in detail, in very detail, as of in video lecture, the first stanza of the poem. Now, switching to the second stanza, I give you a 2-minute break. Stay tuned.